The Haley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on bulls.co.za.
And now we've got Wellness Wise back, and Steve Peralta is in studio. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You've been to China playing drums. You've been to Seychelles singing.
Yes,
Hey?
indeed. It was awesome.
World traveler and performer. Well, we're very happy to have you back in studio.
Good to be back.
So now, I said to Steve yesterday, I've just received like 120 eggs from New Laid. Let's do something on Wellness Wise about eggs. So, what were you able to come up with?
Well, I didn't realize, but October the 14th is World Egg Day. So that's
There's
cool.
a day for everything.
No, exactly. So I started thinking about what you can do with eggs, and I thought of like doorstops, cricket balls, juggling, plugging holes in boats, that kind of thing.
Annoying your neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I mean, then obviously you eat eggs. And eggs have been given a bad rap by some, so I'd like to speak
Redeem the egg.
supposed truth about the egg, yes.
We're giving you the truth about the egg. Okay, hit us.
Okay, cool. So, since the 1950s, it's been this whole fear of cholesterol, and eggs are, have quite a large amount of cholesterol in them. So they've been avoided, they've been feared, etc., etc. But it was a flawed hypothesis, the whole cholesterol hypothesis. It's been disproven, but still there's a lot of people that buy into it, especially companies that make money from it, like low fat, this and that, but I won't go into any of that. But essentially there's politics behind it. So what I want to talk about is cholesterol, first of all, because that's the reason why people fear eggs, some people, but so let's put it out there what cholesterol is.
Okay.
So it's created by your body. Your liver creates it as well as your cells. It actually creates your own cholesterol. And your body will create...
Sorry to stop you, but
Yeah.
you should have asked me what I thought cholesterol was before you launched into an explanation.
What did you think it was?
I wouldn't have known what to say.
It's like a waxy substance. But yeah.
So it's produced by your liver?
By your liver and your cells actually as well. And it plays a whole host of important functions in the body. So essentially, it's very important for your cellular structure. It gives your cells stiffness, stability. It's a precursor to vital hormones, so steroid hormones like estrogen, testosterone.
Oh, so cholesterol's actually, there is some good to cholesterol.
No, it's not some good. It's very,
I
very.
thought it was
It's
all
vital
bad.
to life.
Okay.
So adrenal hormones, it's the precursor to that. So from cholesterol, these hormones are created, manufactured by the body. It's an antioxidant. It is needed for brain function. So it's extremely important for the brain. It's needed for serotonin production, the receptors that receive serotonin.
Wow.
So like low cholesterol levels have been associated with depression and so on and so on. And it's also important for the intestinal wall because it's used by our body as a building block by the cells, etc. So from that perspective, it's very important. And what our body doesn't get from our diet, it'll create anyway.
Okay, but then you go for your vitality test and they say, no, your cholesterol's too high. Sorry, you're not getting your points.
Sure.
Why is that?
So that's typically will not be from eating foods that are being given this bad rap of having too much cholesterol. It's I'll go into it just now, but there's other factors which cause high cholesterol. High cholesterol, so if there's a lot of cholesterol found in your arteries, for example, it's more a case of cholesterol being sent there because of inflammation. So inflammation is the issue, not the cholesterol in itself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
So well, we had to talk about eggs. So just to clear it out there that cholesterol is
Cholesterol's good for you.
well, we need it. I mean, we
need
create it. Yeah.
cholesterol.
So the whole point here is that this anti-cholesterol, low-fat paradigm and drive is unhealthy. And because not just the cholesterol, the foods that contain the cholesterol, like eggs and organic meat and coconut butter and butter, they're all very good for us, in fact. So staying away from them actually has negative effects on the body.
Do you need to have them in, what's the word? Like in
Moderation.
limitation, in moderation?
I mean, everything in moderation, but a lot more than what people think they can have. I mean, it depends on your specific physiology or metabolic type, but
So it wouldn't be unhealthy for me to have an egg every single day for breakfast?
no, it wouldn't be unhealthy to have 2 to 3 eggs every single day for breakfast.
Ha! There you have it, yeah.
There's a bit more to it than that, but I'll touch on it just at the end. But yeah, there's
Okay.
that. So another myth, just to get out of the way, is the whole HDL, LDL cholesterol thing. Because so people are sort of realizing that it's not just your cholesterol, it's LDL cholesterol now. So they see if you've got high LDL cholesterol levels, then that's an issue. And eggs are related to that. But it's not the actual amount of cholesterol in these, in the LDL itself. It's the amount of LDL, if that makes sense.
So what is LDL?
You get big LDL, which is essentially, it holds cholesterol and sends it throughout the body.
Okay.
Yeah. So what eggs do is increases the size of this LDL so they can take more cholesterol, but therefore decrease the amount of LDL particles, if that makes sense. So I don't want to get too crazy science here, but if you have too many LDL particles themselves, that's the issue, not the amount of cholesterol. So eggs increases the size of the particles, therefore there are less particles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so if anything, eggs will actually play a part in decreasing your chances of heart disease.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then when people say, watch what you eat, your cholesterol's high, I mean, is it actually you should be watching other things that are causing the inflammation or...
Yeah, definitely. So some of the chief culprits with regard to inflammation and therefore heart disease, because that's essentially what the precursor is trans fatty acids, so trans saturated fats. That's not saturated fats. It's hydrogenated fats.
So what food contains those?
Margarine, a whole bunch. But yeah, margarine, processed foods, frying chips and oil, that's different.
So when they say watch your cholesterol, you must stay away from those processed
stay away
foods,
from
not
processed
from
foods.
Eggs and meat and that
Yes,
kind of
with the eggs and meat, you want to ideally go organic. Get them
Okay.
in as natural form as possible. Grass-fed butter, all that stuff's great. So it's trans fatty acids. It's a high intake of processed foods, like I said. Refined carbohydrates,
thing. Okay.
not great at all. Vegetable oils, actually the oils that were created to almost substitute for saturated fats are actually the ones that have been linked to heart disease.
Like which one?
Polyunsaturated, so vegetable oils essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the big cause, and this is not diet, but it's stress. So it's a poor lifestyle in general. It's mental, nutritional, physical, all that kind of stress will cause inflammation in the body and this plays a big part in heart disease.
Sure. So Steve, the Mythbuster here, is telling us that you can eat from an egg perspective. You can eat loads of eggs.
Yeah,
and
much more than is expected.
when you're told to control your cholesterol, it is more
Look at your lifestyle.
Look at your lifestyle. Look at your stress levels. Look at what kind of processed foods
Definitely,
you're eating.
definitely.
More than what we consider,
Definitely.
Stereotypical cholesterol.
Totally, that's what it is. So now that I've spoken about that, I wanted also to talk about the benefits of eggs, the nutritional benefits.
Okay.
So it's highly nutritious. It's got about 13 readily available nutrients in it. It's high in vitamin B and vitamin A, which are both obviously very important for the body. It's actually high in vitamin E, which protects against heart disease. Vitamin D, which is important for bone production and mineral absorption. And then it's quite high in iodine, which is great for your thyroid. Antioxidants as well. And also, this is an important part. When it comes to protein, which is an important aspect of the egg, it's the most bioavailable form of protein we can eat. So it's protein that we can most easily digest and absorb as food in our body out of
and
any
is that
food
the
source.
egg white is the protein?
No. So most of the nutrients are inside.
The
In
yolk.
terms of nutrients, are inside the yolk. You'll get protein in the white, but eat it whole. That's the best way to eat it.
And in terms of fattiness?
Fattiness. I mean, it's got a fair degree of saturated fat, but like I've said, if it comes from a good source, then that is healthful for the body. In fact, it's necessary.
Okay, so there you have it. Loads of benefits to eating your eggs. So thank you, New Laid, for 120 of them. I should be like Arnold Schwarzenegger by the end of the week. But yeah, I think that is kind of good for us to know, because there are so many myths out there about what's unhealthy and what's cholesterol and what's bad cholesterol.
But do your own research and do it based on current research and leaders in the field, not your companies that are trying to sell a message.
Yeah.
Do your own research and you'll find out the truth pretty much.
Okay, cool.
The Haley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on bulls.co.za.